In the last couple months, I have tried a bunch of aptitude tests, or I don't know the exact names, but it figures out what you want to do career wise and all these different things. And I come to a decision that none of these careers actually fit anything I want. But I think underlyingly, I've already knew that. But I think the honest truth that's really helped me is just do stuff. I planned I think I've made a video about this where I've talked about I planned medicine, this path, the kind of thing. I don't think there's anything bad about that. And I think there's also a lot of value in risk and there's a lot of value in stability, right? I think stability will get you far, and I think risk will get you far. I'm also not telling you to gamble because it sounds like I'm saying chuck that jive. I actually don't even know what a jive is, but I was thinking about like a gambling reference. I just heard my friend Jaden say the word jive. That's besides the point. I've tried all these aptitude tests. I've read certain books about career path, this and that. I have done all these not stupid, all these chat GBT. What is my passion? What is my niche? Ikigai. What is the intersection of blah 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 blah. Even sometimes when I speak to people, it kind of sounds like I don't know what I want. But I personally believe that man does not know what man wants. Man's desire are formed by other people. But God forbid we live a life just chasing what other people desire. It's like, okay, what do I want? And I think for a lot of people, it's just gonna be what do you not want? And you may not be 1,000% certain about what you don't want, but things you don't like, but that can also be a guide for people. And this is all nuanced advice, and it comes from my own perspective. I think the best way to learn is by learning through people's experiences and failures, and also by doing. So don't be afraid to fail, and do not be not willing to learn. For example, in high school I mowed lawns, and every time I mowed lawns in the summer I got really dark. Not that I don't not that I don't want to be really dark or anything. I just don't want to be in the sun all day. So I know I don't want to do manual labor, right? I sold lemonade as a kid. I've sold yogurt and I sold smoothies, not yogurt. But I've sold smoothies as a kid. I don't want to be outside too much because it gets really hot and I get really sweaty. Knowing what you don't like to do. I was washing windows for a little bit and that was a lot of fun. I was really, really excited. I still have the window cleaning gear in my thing. I actually use that window cleaning gear to clean my mirrors in my bathroom. Love it. Um, I I could probably put in a lot of effort into creating leads, generating leads, window cleaning business in this town I'm in right now, and we will give you a quote for your windows. Boom, 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 done. Right? So, yeah, I could actually do that. That's actually not a bad idea. Wait a second, let's write that down. My biggest problem is not that I run out of ideas. I have a bunch of ideas. I just don't know what I really want to do. And the answer to this is what I'm trying to say here is you have an idea, you try out the idea, and go from there. I don't think a lot of times you don't know until you try. I'm not saying that you need to try everything. In high school, I wanted to understand why my friends did certain things, so I tried it, and I learned that's not me. I recently was in I think whenever people say the word club, you may either get like normal, like oh it's just a club, or it may be like oh you go clubbing. I don't go clubbing, or anything like that. I was in a club for a conference or whatever, and that's not my kind of fun. And you just have to know that about yourself. You don't need to try other things. I was even talking to somebody about this. Like, if it's not you, it's not you. That's it. Um, I want to fly kites. I want to kayak. I want to jump in water. Not really, because I don't like. I like jumping in pool water, not lake water. I don't like jumping when I can't touch the bottom. You know what I'm saying? I think that is cool. It looks fun, right? I want to fly and meet new random people. I want to eat good food. I want to listen to people talk about things that's bothering them and also eventually talk about things that's bothering me. And that's, things that you want to do and what you don't want to do. And I think this is like the passion ish thing. But also, another thing is like, don't mistake livelihood and fun. Because I'm telling you, no, I'm telling you, okay, Vine, social media, all of that. Yes, Kai Cenat or Logan Paul or whatever comes to mind when you think of those words I just said earlier, enjoy doing that. But eventually, once you start getting paid to do it, you have to do enough for you to provide certain results money wise, right? Then, even in that, there's an intersection of I do this, it provides money, and it provides that bigger thing. A lot of us need to get to the it provides money part. Because no matter what, you have to pay your bills, you have to eat food. So it's okay. I do this and this provides money. The highest level is it provides money and it also gets me closer to my livelihood, right? I think I was watching a video where what's his name? Yeah, Tony Robinson and Alex Hermosi. He was telling Alex Hermosi that he needs to have something bigger, where he's like, I help young men become successful entrepreneurs because he found that success, being a successful entrepreneur for him, is what changed his life. That first 100K in his bank account is what changed his life. What changed my life at the moment is friends and perspective and Jesus and conversation. Not necessarily conversations, hearing ideas and thoughts that resonate with me. I have conversations, but I don't want to have conversations with everybody. That doesn't make sense. But certain ideas and certain words resonate with me, and that's like the powerful part. Um, I had a conversation last week, Friday, last week Saturday, and a guy was like, "You're not leveraging this AI stuff well, Drew. Like, if you have a goal in mind, I want to hit this goal by this day. What do I need to do? Provide the resources, and boom, boom, boom." But back to the whole context of this video is, I have tried all of those different sources of trying to figure out who I am and what I am. I think personally, life is a journey about becoming who God has already called you to be. And in that, I think it's obedience, listening to God, trying things, realizing they're not you, and sticking with the no and doing another thing else. I know I don't like clubbing. I know I don't like drinking. I like eating food. I like apple juice. I like pineapple juice. I like fruit drinks. I don't like I like pears. I don't like peaches. That kind of thing. But eventually there's that intersection of, for example, I was listening to parts of the Joel Osteen and the Logan Paul. They're making money having a conversation with somebody that's probably interesting and you're curious about, and it's a win-win in that aspect. There's aspects of it where you don't want to promote, use this product, blah 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 blah, unless it's your product that makes you money, then you want to promote it. But if it's not something you care about, you don't care about it. And life is not always going to be doing stuff you care about and like, and that's not what I'm trying to do, dude. Like, I don't like a lot of things. That's not true. I don't like a lot of things. I don't like certain clothes. I don't like certain things. I don't like certain foods. And that's it. But you have to do things you don't like. So I think underlyingly, people think that when people are trying to figure out what they do like or what they don't like, it's like, oh no, they're only trying to do what they like constantly. But that's not real. I don't think that's, like, who likes doom scrolling? It's just something you do because it's there. You don't like it. I like food, but like, I don't like pooping. It's just something you do because it's there. You're gonna have to do stuff you don't like, and it's just finding things that you're actually willing to suffer for. I think that's just the honest truth. Even if it's a means to an end, it has to be willing for you to suffer for it, and doesn't necessarily have to make sense. You have to be willing to suffer for it enough for it to make sense. That's the whole point of this.